Driving my Missy to the grocery store today. That's what the world looks like when you're traveling in donkey speed. She's trotting. She's trotting real good. We're in the doctor's buggy. We got shade. It's really comfortable up here. She's not hurrying. She's just trotting easy. Donkey trot. You'd be surprised how much ground you can cover at this pace. Beautiful day for a journey, beautiful girl, having a great time. Well, now we're in town, neighborhoods. I want you to observe how quiet this is. Cars are so noisy. One of the ways cars waste energy is in sound. We don't realize it, but all the noise that cars make is wasted energy. All the wheel noise, tire noise is wasted energy. All the wind noise is wasted energy. All the dust cars throw up, that's all wasted energy. You bought the gasoline, it throws that dust up into the air. Of course, if you live in a city, you may not know about that, but if you live in the country like I do, car dust is a big deal. I can hear that truck there coming from 2 blocks behind me, just from the sound of his tires. She's just walking. We're going up a hill. I have her trot when we go on level or downhill, but I let her walk up hills. Amish buggy horses trot up and down, but they're bigger than she is. I don't push her. She's a sweetheart. Plus, she hadn't had much work this year. She doesn't need to be busted out like into some kind of a big hard ordeal. Missy, walk up a little there, honey. Don't get all slow on me. That's my girl. I usually drive them as a team, but on this buggy, I'll take a picture of this buggy for add to this. On this buggy, I like to drive Missy by herself. It's real light. It's really easy to pull, and she's just a pleasure. She's just easy. She's a sweetheart. You know, she's just easy. We're in Richmond, Missouri here. Town of about 6,000 people, county seat of Ray County, Missouri. It's a town I live in. Or I don't live in it, I live on a farm. Even this town's too much for me. I need to be out. I'm not well, but I'm happy. There's a guy with his dog. His wife, they like us, they approve. His dog doesn't necessarily approve. I'll let you go for a while. Now we're moving at a trot. This is not as fast as she can go. Hi kids! How are ya? Kids love donkeys. Hi! Kids love donkeys. I think it started out with Shrek, but kids just love donkeys. I've never seen a kid that didn't love a donkey. She just lights them up everywhere we go. This is trotting. This is as fast as we go. Well, almost. I mean, she can gallop. Hello. We're a block off the main drag here, 2 blocks off the main drag. This is Lexington Street in Richmond. Main drag is, imaginatively enough, Main Street. Go on, baby, trot up. You can do this. That's not steep. I don't want to hear it. There, that's better. She hadn't been out much for a long time. My life's been real in disarray, and it just feels wonderful to me to be out here today in a buggy and a good donkey. I keep saying, you know, the faster you go, the more you miss. When you travel at this speed, you don't miss much. You see everything that's going on. Oh, baby. So we're getting to the grocery store here. We shop at Harps. down in the whole modern world. There's a Mickey D's over there. Somebody's coffee company. This is how we do it. I'm just driving her with one hand now. She's settled in. She knows we're staying on the roads. Once she settles in, it's really easy to drive her. I use a combination of verbal instructions and gentle rein pulls. But she's easy. We can still see the world going by. You can see the grass, you can see everything. It's not just a blur. I love this. This is what life should be like. I love this. This is what we call a 21st century hitching post. Other people think it's a cart corral, but I think it's a hitching post. So we're here. Okay, so here's what we are. There she's tied up to the hitching post, and there's the doctor's buggy, but I'm not in it. This is how we came here, and we're just grocery shopping. We're on our way home now. We're out of town, out in the country. We're out to where the speed limit's 55. I never go more than 45. When I'm out here in a car, I limit my speed to 45. This 55 mile an hour speed limit only goes about a mile or a mile and a quarter from where it's 45 to where I turn off on the gravel. I don't see any reason or any efficiency to speed up to 55 just so I can slow back down. I mean, for a mile, 10 miles an hour for a mile, how much time does that save me? I've never done the math, but it can't be 30 seconds. Probably not 15 seconds. Missy's used to traffic. She's been out in traffic a lot. She's been trotting most of the way, but some of these steeper hills I let her walk. I don't make her work too hard, but donkeys don't trot like horses do. They really don't waste any energy. Donkeys never waste any energy in their life. They're the most energy efficient, you hear me say this all the time, most energy efficient power source known to humanity. Missy, trot up here. It's almost flat. Go on, baby. That's my girl. See, she doesn't. She's running barefooted. I don't wear put shoes on her, although I work her on this pavement because the donkeys just don't slam the ground with their hooves, or they don't waste any energy, and they don't be so violent. Their motions are just very gentle and gradual, but it makes a big difference in the time between walking and go on, baby, trot up. Go on, I know it's uphill. I know it is. I see that, but it's not steep, and we can make it. Oh, come on. I know that was a patch on the road. Missy's been dodging that patch ever since she's been driving this road, which is roughly half her life. Got a semi-trailer truck behind us. I'm going to quit. I'm going to drive with both hands. Yeah, I'm just driving with one hand while I video. I don't have a camera holder on this buggy, and it's hard you can't steer clear with one hand. You need to be able to pull either rein if things get stressful. So we're still going up a hill, but she's still trotting. Missy, go on. You're good, baby. That's my girl. Keep up. Keep up. This is all a new burb they're building out here. 2 miles, mile and a half from our house. I'm not that excited with having a new burb come up, but I don't get to vote, you know. People. Hip! Go on, baby. Up. There's my girl. Now we're on the road we live on. This is a gravel road, and I've just got her, letting her walk. The gravel's harder on bare feet than pavement is, because the individual pebbles can catch, you know, a weak spot, or a weak spot on a hoof wall, or a weak spot in the sole, cause pain to them. Soft spot, you know, so it's actually easier for her to trot on paved road than it is on gravel. And we've been, time we get home, we will have been about 11 miles today, maybe 12. And she's fun, you know, she's trotted 80% of it. So she's done a really good job, you know. She hadn't had much work this year. Like I said, it's been because of problems in my life. You know, I haven't had the time to give her the work and the attention she needs. She's just been absolutely golden today. She's a total sweetheart. I got her lead rope laying on the floor here between my legs. I got all my groceries in the back. Been to the bank, got some money to spend next time, and been to the farm supply store. I got a donkey with a sore foot. I got some more hoof wrap, and so we had a productive day shopping. Didn't spend a pint of gasoline doing it. Didn't spend a pint of fossil fuel. It is actually possible to do things without any fossil fuel at all. We've just been told it's not, because people who make money selling fossil fuel want you to believe that. People who want to make money selling electric cars want to tell you some other thing, but I tell you what, this is easy living. It's pretty. You can see the butterflies over there, and the birds. I don't know if you can hear them, but the cicadas are in the trees. They've just started in the last 2 days. That's a recently mowed hay field, hadn't been raked or baled yet. Belongs to a friend of mine. This road here, we got a mile on this road to get home. We're a quarter mile in less. So it'll take us as long to go do this as it's taken us to do twice as much blacktop, just because, you know, she's been trotting on the blacktop. This is a buggy whip. I've touched her on the butt with it twice today, or maybe even 3 times. Just to, but you don't whack them. You just touch them like you might touch them with your finger. You might touch your kid or your friend. She's my friend. I'm not gonna whack her. She's a good girl. Getting late in the day. It's 3:30, something like that. We left the house about noon, so we've been out half a day. Going to the closest town. If I went to Kansas City, it'd take me longer than this in the car. People do that every day just to work. But that's because the faster you go, the farther you go, and the more you miss. Well, that's better. Last time I poked it, it decided it was too bright. You can see here the lines are just hanging slack between me and her. She knows her way home. She knows I'm not going to ask her to trot. Don't have to do anything. Steer, I'm sitting here holding on to the lines because in case something comes up, but I mean, she's been up and down this road 1,000 times. She knows where home is. Every donkey in the world knows where home is from where it's standing right now. People don't know that. Anyway, at least that's my theory. I can't prove it. They walk about the same speed we do when we're not in a hurry. So she's just walking them. If I got out and walks along beside her, which I could do. I mean, I could just leave the lines here in the buggy, get out and walk with her. But I'm enjoying riding. It's cooler up here. This buggy's tall. It's quite a ways to the ground, and with the roof over us, it's shaded. We have fringe, but we're not a Surrey, so we're not the Surrey with the fringe on top. And we're not a furry with a syringe on top either. You probably heard that one. We're a doctor's buggy with the fringe on top. A complicated little frame here that folds down or up like a convertible. But it's really nice to be up here in the shade. This is really comfortable traveling. That vine over there is a invasive. It's a wild grape. I don't know if it's invasive or just aggressive. I've lost track. We have invasives here, things that have been introduced from out of the region, and then we have aggressives, which are things that have always lived here, but they prosper in high temperature, high CO2 environment that we've created. That's like our poison ivy. It prospers like you can't imagine. You can see that hill up there. Just out of sight at the top of that hill is where I live. At the bottom of that hill is where we cross onto where we have our property on one side of the road. There's a little creek down there runs across onto our place. It's my happy place, my creek. Creek's right over there. In the old maps, the old U.S. topo maps, the creek originally ran right where this road is. They built this road. You know, they started out sometime back in the horse-drawn era, you know, driving the buggies along the flat ground beside the creek, and as time passed, why everything got faster and faster, and they finally, you know, bulldozed wider and graveled it and all that. But we're still right in the bed of the old creek, and right over there, you can't see it at all, but immediately on the other side of this close-in line of vegetation, there's a deep excavated ditch, and that's where the creek runs now. It runs in that deep excavated ditch. Actually, it gets here right here. And when we have big rains, it jumps out and crosses the road up there right at the bottom of that hill that you can see ahead. And there's times during big storms where you can't get onto or off my farm because all four of the roads that reach it are flooded at low points. But we're really up high in the watershed. Those right there, by the way, those tallest plants with the big leaves, that's common milkweed. That's the milkweed that monarchs like, and so we have a lot of it on our farm. We mow around it. Anyway, back to where I was. Is we're so far up in the uplands, so high in our watershed, that although our road floods, it doesn't stay flooded. You know, I mean, we flood in a big rain, but our house doesn't because we're up on top of that hill. And half an hour after the rain quits it's already run on downstream. It's flooding somebody else. Excuse me. But it has been times when we couldn't get in or out of the house for a couple, 3 hours during a hard rain. You know, what you do about that, you just either, if you're out, you don't go in, and if you're in, you don't go out. You just live with it. That's real life. You're an idiot if you don't live with it. I could lay these lines down. I'm not doing anything. She's just going home. You know, I could drive her into town. If there weren't all these cars out here, and I could drive her into town and get fallen down drunk and crawl out here and crawl into my buggy and point her at home and say, go home, and then I could go to sleep. She'd take me home. Drunk driving doesn't kill people. Drunk driving in cars kills people, because cars kill people, drunk or sober. You know, they say half the people killed in cars in a year are killed by drunk drivers, which means mathematically that half the people killed in cars every year are killed by sober drivers. So obviously cars are basically dangerous any way you shake them. This is easy living here. You just got to learn not to be in a hurry. If you can learn that, life is good. This over here is what you call an overgrazed pasture. They got cattle in there, and they got too many cattle, and for the amount of ground they got, and then they don't mow it. They just, everybody assumes that, you know, the cattle will eat the grass, so you don't have to mow it. But basically, that used to have grass in it, but now it's almost 100% annual weeds. Well, no, there's a lot of perennial weeds in there too. It's almost 100% what we would call weeds today, because the cattle ate all the grass, and then they ate all the grass, and then they ate all the grass, and then they ate all the grass, and after a while, the grass said, man, I'm tired. And so all these other weeds, there's ragweed in there, 2 kinds of ragweed, there's thistles, there's ironweed, cup plant, I don't know what all. I can't identify all of them. This big fluffy leaf one that's up close, that's oh shoot, sometimes I know it, but I don't today, sorry. Creek's still right over there. It's closer, and there's no trees on this side. We're gonna go up here and cross over where it goes onto the road. You can see the hills got a lot closer, even at a walking pace. You just slowly get there. It's a matter of learning not to be in a big hurry. This is my nearest neighbor here. They're pretty good folks. You have never any problem. Live around them. That's my property on the other side of that fence there with the taller grass. Trees far away. I just mowed that just a blink of an eye ago. Boy, I tell you what, we've had a lot of rain this year. You can see it's first week of August, and we got puddles on the road. My donkeys had to cross that puddle yesterday when it had more water in it, and donkeys don't like to cross water. They told me I won't repeat it, but they weren't impressed. There's 1 million little tiny butterflies live down here in this mud. Right there, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a corrugated, dusty looking corrugated plastic pipe there, and they dug that under to drain that. That's where the creek crosses under the road, and then up here where the concrete is, there's an old concrete culvert. The pipe comes out here, and the concrete culvert right there. Can't hardly see it because of the winter growth, but there's a creek down in there. It's got a little water in it. It's a seasonal creek, and oftentimes this time of year it's dry. The power company put all those dead brush in there. This is our place here. Riparian Woods. Creek's inside it, the trail's across us there. Those dry looking curves up there, those are where my soils and my food crops are. Got a lot of room to plant more food crops. Trying to be sensible about it. That real big grass there, that's Johnson grass. That's a noxious weed. It's illegal to let that grow on your property. But if you keep it mowed, that satisfies the law. So we just mow. County comes out here and sprays poison on it, and then after the Johnson grass dies, 10 other kinds of worse weeds grow up in it, thistles and shit. So then I have to, it takes me 2 years to get it back to being grass again. Poison never works. I mean, it kills what you're trying to kill, but it doesn't improve the land any. We got a lot of work going out here. We're gonna do quite a bit to try to continue to improve this land. I worked on it while my late wife was alive, and then for a while I had some other people living here that I thought were going to help me, but they didn't share any of my interests, so what I was doing out here got ignored, and what they wanted to do got taken care of, and now they're leaving, and hired a woman who's just really smart about farms, and she's going to help me. I'm old and decrepit, so I need somebody to help me. Those are elderberries right there. That row, this near end of that row, that's elderberries. We'll be harvesting those in a month or so, maybe a little less. They're starting to get a little color to them. You can see I don't know if you can or not. That tree there, that's the oak tree. I can't believe nobody around here must heat with wood anymore, because if I was still heating with wood, I'd have harvested that tree a long time ago. That's now we got my place on both sides of us. That's my what I call the winter pasture up there. Wood shop, stuff like that. We're about home. Old Missy here, she'll I'll give her a verbal instruction to turn into the drive. You see the driveway coming up on the left up here. Yes, Missy girl, I know, honey, it's pretty steep, but you've pulled up it before. Yes, you've pulled up it before. Yes, you have. Those hicks out here, we buy these old containers because you can't build a building that size for twice the money one of those containers costs. So those need to be rearranged. They're still crooked. They need to be raised up and leveled. My wife wants to paint them with something decorative, and I'm all in favor of that. Hi in there, baby girl. Missy, hi in. I'm not giving her any physical, I'm not pulling the reins at all. This is 100% verbal. There's my other buggy. That's my winter buggy, but it's in bad shape. I gotta fix it so that it's not usable yet. Well, y'all, we're home. Done with the buggies, and here's a whole fleet of cars and trucks. I hate it, but I still live in this world too. Talk to you next time. Okay, Wish parked. She's there. Buggy will go in there.